Anytime it snows, I come up here. It's got a beautiful view of the mountains at the best of times, but you can't beat it when it's snowing. It's so pretty up here. Look, even the overgrown hedgerows look beautiful. The briars, they're popping with the snow. But yeah, I love it up here. 2 seconds, I'll show you. The McGillicuddy Reeks in all their glory. Coming up here this morning has just made me realise how many rabbits we actually do have up here. So you can see my trail straight in front of me the whole way up. But there's just rabbits everywhere. Look at this, they're having a right little party for themselves here. I didn't walk in there, that's all rabbits. They're eating all my bloody grass. So I'm glad I came up here this morning because I'm not sure if you can hear that. But that is water pouring out the back of the truck. The water's off, but it's just coming out by the joint. So my dad's going to come up now with the gaiter and the vice grips, and I'll try and tighten it up and hopefully that'll fix it. I come up here, obviously there's no cattle up here now, they're all in the shed, but I come up here every few weeks because last year that track there, it was overflowing for possibly months. The ball cock was pushed down somehow. So yeah, we had a nice hefty bill for that. So I come up just to check it, and look, I turned off the water anyway, so I wasn't too worried. But now we have a leak there. So that's the first of the issues that the cold weather has brought. But hopefully that's the only thing, and it's not the end of the world. And look, the fact that I wanted to come up here and take pretty photos of the mountains has paid off for me. So we'll get that sorted. That'll be the first job of the day. So it turned out it wasn't quite so straightforward. So just bombing down in the gaiter here with Dad now to turn off the water. So temporary measure, the water has been cut off. It took all of my strength and my dad's full reach from the gaiter there to get that done, but it's sorted. I'm down in the shed now. Everything's frozen. I didn't think it would be frozen so quickly, but I suppose it was -5 when I got up this morning. So thankfully I have my tank of water. The only thing now is the hose is frozen. So I went to fill up the trough here, and sure, the hose is frozen. So I'm going to leave it out in the sun for an hour or so to thaw, and then I'll come down and fill up, and everyone should be happy then. So of course the job with the trough took a bit longer than anticipated. I couldn't just squeeze it up. There was still a trickle out of it. It was much better, but it just wasn't right. So of course Dad came up with his idea. He got the handle off a drill in the end. It would never dawn on me. So that's clamping the pipe closed now. I suppose one of the main challenges being part-time at it is I wouldn't have seen that leak if I was working. Generally I go to work in the dark, and I'll often come home in the dark as well. So I wouldn't be inclined to go up there in the dark anyway. I barely come down to the shed and feed them, and that's pretty much what I do in the evenings. So if I wasn't off this week, I probably wouldn't have noticed that leak, and you know, I mightn't have gone up there on my day off either, because the snow would probably be gone, and I wouldn't have really had a massive urge to go up there. You know, it could have been another week or two at least by the time I went up there. So look, that's all money down the drain. So yeah, it is definitely a challenge, you know, the part-time, just trying to spot things first of all, and then stay on top of things is the next thing. I think anybody who's part-time will say that to you. Even when the cattle were outside, I did find it difficult that I couldn't see them in the light of day. until my days off. Now, I'm fortunate that I can choose my days off, so I generally kind of take a Wednesday or a Thursday and then a Saturday or a Sunday off. You know, during the summer, it's absolutely grand. I'll probably be finishing up at 8, 9 o'clock at night, especially the nights with the AI. I could be finishing up at 10 o'clock at night, but it's grand because it's still bright. So it's perfect. But just the winter can be long and, you know, it can be difficult. You know, you just can't get those little jobs done that you do during the summer. It's amazing, really. But yeah, definitely a challenge as a part-timer. This girl is doing really well back here as well. So she's getting the hang of eating her 2 kg of nuts. So she hoovered them right up today. She has nothing left there, which is great. And she's getting nice and quiet, which will make my life easier in the long run, I hope. And she seems to be doing really well where she is. Now, so that's everyone fed and watered for the evening. The trucks have thawed again, but I have the one filled here and I've a couple of buckets for the calves and the one out the back, so just in case it freezes over again, but I don't think they're going to be that thirsty anyway. 2 more bales in there now. The ones I brought in the last day did me 2.5 days, so I was at 3 days for the 2 and now I'm down to 2.5. Yeah, so I suppose the fact that we have the extra cow in the pen here plus the cow that we brought in is bigger than the cow that was in there means they're just getting through it, because I've definitely noticed it's the cows that are eating more. Of course the young ones are eating more the bigger they get as well, but Jesus, those Simmentals, they know how to eat. So yeah, that's that. So the bales we have left will do us, if everything stays the same, everyone stays inside, and they keep going through 2 bales every 2.5 days, it'll get us to the end of March. Now, the plan is definitely to get the weanlings out in February, and the earlier in February the better. So hopefully now after this cold spell we'll get a bit of dry weather and that'll be a reality. We've a couple of fields with a bit of grass, nothing major yet, but look, the evenings are getting longer, so hopefully we'll get a bit of grass going. So hopefully the end of March is the very minimum that we'll get out of it, because yeah, that's cutting it a bit fine now for anyone's liking. So that's where we're at. So I'm about to shut up shop there again now for the evening. So thank you so much again for watching. If you enjoyed it, again, please like and subscribe, and any suggestions on further videos, let me know down in the comments. Thank you.